Hey, it's Jonny, and I'm going to whiz through something today. This is number 9 from the 10 vlogs in 10 days series, and the reason I'm going to whiz through it is this is actually part of a much longer presentation. It's actually called 5 Reasons Your Business Idea Sucks, and I'm just going to go through them very quickly, and there'll be a link in the comments below to an article and a longer presentation. But basically here we are, look, 5 reasons your business idea sucks. So this is the kind of businesses that you shouldn't get into. Reason number 1 is barriers to entry. So if you need particular qualifications or licenses or authorizations, or if there's tons of competition in the sector, they're classical barriers to entry, aren't they? But the real barrier to entry these days is simply this: is there a viable route to market at a price you can afford? If there isn't, that should be a terminal barrier to entry. Second reason your business idea might suck is misaligned skills. I meet a lot of people in business who say they would like to do something, like, for instance, this is going to sound a bit misogynistic, it's not meant to be, but mothers who've had small children often fall into a business to do with children. So they might fancy starting a kindergarten or selling children's clothes or that kind of thing. And of course, simply the fact they've had a child of their own doesn't qualify them to do something. And one question you should be able to answer is not just do you want to do something, would you like to do this, but are you able to do this? Do your skills actually line up with what's needed to do it? Third reason your business idea might suck is poor goal setting. Now, we all know that it's great to set goals and write down goals, and if you don't make a plan, then you're planning to fail and all that sort of stuff. But goals are not just about numbers; they're not just about a written plan. You have to really want to achieve your goals. You have to live and breathe them, and missing your goals has to feel like dying. So passion has to sit behind your goals. Don't just do something because it seems like a good idea and you've got some goals and you can do this, you can do that. Do it because you can't not do it. That's a great goal. Fourth reason your business idea might suck is that it's a Me Too business. Maybe it's too saturated. Maybe there's lots of people doing it. Maybe your one driver in getting into this business is that you've seen somebody else doing it who is successful and think, I could do that. Well, maybe you could, but here's the news: they already did. So don't get into something where there's so much competition and your product is simply a commodity, because then you face an uphill struggle to be heard and a downhill race to the bottom as you all compete on price. That's no fun at all. Try and do something new and better instead. The fifth reason your business idea might suck is that there's no market for it. A friend of mine had a hunch recently that he wanted to fix domestic appliances. He was a building contractor and he had a van and some tools, and all he had to do was get on about, knock on a few doors, fix domestic appliances. So he got his van sign righted, got a few flyers done. Found out a little bit later down the line it was never going to work. No one fixes domestic appliances anymore. They're cheap to replace, they're reliable generally, they last a lot longer, and there's extended warranties and all that sort of stuff. So with all those things into account, there is no market for it. So don't get into something without being reasonably certain that there's a viable market and that the market is growing. Don't get into anything with a declining market. So in summary, 5 quick reasons why your business idea might suck. And I'll say this to you, don't spend your life trying to polish a dog poo. It's never going to work. Start with a great idea, find your great idea and connect to it and drive it with passion and commitment. So today, if you can, in the comments, tell me what your business idea is and why it doesn't suck, and what you are going to do to make it fantastically and wonderfully successful. Now I'll see you tomorrow for the final and number 10 video in the 10 vlogs in 10 days. See you soon. Bye.